Hello people, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a long time since I reacted to any Pakistani trailer, but this one is special. It's the second installment of what was a culturally iconic movie. It's like a cultural reference point and it inspired a lot of movies. Most of them were quite bad, but that doesn't affect how iconic this movie was and the influence it had over a lot of other movies that were inspired from it. So let's go and watch the trailer for The Legend of MAULA JATT.
देश पंजाब विच चुक्या सी एक सूरमे वैर दा भार ज़ात दा जट ते यार गंडासा उत्तो प्यो सरदार 100 मील ते डंके जट दे तके जेड़ा पासा जट तो वध खड़ाक सी करदा जट दा
Some similarity in how the dialogues are being said.
इस पंजाब दा होर एक थम सी नूरी नथ सदावे नतां चो जेड़ा बुज़दिल लब्बे आपे मारदा जावे दुश्मन फड़ फड़ मारे जेड़े अख दे बन जावन रोड़े नूरी नत दी दहशत वगदे दरिया पिछे मोड़े बुझी अग विच दबिया खबरे किथे रुकिया शोला पुत्र सी एक जट दा यारो ना सी जिसदा मौला
That's pretty cool. Glimpses of Game of Thrones. So it's definitely nothing like the original MAULA JATT. Even accounting for the difference in time and how long ago that movie had come and the evolution of filming techniques and the quality of cameras, the original MAULA JATT was quite an average movie in terms of the technical quality. This looks really, really good. It looks really polished. The story in the original was nothing special, in my opinion. It was this usual mix of rivalry and revenge, but the way it was done spawned a lot of fan following for this movie and a lot of copycat movies as well. It was sort of like an easy mix which anybody could just pick up and make another movie about it. And at least in my opinion, I think that contributed to the decline in the Pakistani movie industry and on this side of the border, in fact, even the Punjabi industry. Because there were so many copycat movies, the same kind of story was there, the same treatment, the same kind of characters. There wasn't anything special to be seen in those movies. And although some of the decline was because of piracy and the advent of VCR and video cassettes and nobody was going to the theaters to watch the movies, the general lack of quality in the movies and lazy writing and no variety in the stories, that also contributed to the decline in the industry. So this one, however, seems to be a new style of storytelling. The trailer itself is quite focused on the visual elements of the story. It doesn't give you a lot of hints about what the story is like, but if you know the original MAULA JATT, you can more or less figure out what's happening. But I think the focus of the trailer and by extension the movie seems to be on the right parts of the story. When I see it, it seems to me that it is being told like a legend of how things used to be and how these two massive characters, they are fighting with each other and they are against each other and to what extent do they go for their rivalry. It's not putting a lot of emphasis on the story. It's not highlighting that. It's highlighting these two characters and what happens between those two characters. And I think everything else around them is more or less perfunctory. They don't have a lot of function. They don't have a lot of things to do. But even then, at least in this trailer, they seem like well cast. They seem to fit the overall tone of the trailer. So this is an interesting approach. I think while I was watching it, I got some hints of Game of Thrones, some of 300. But the only reason for saying that is because some of the visual elements are like that. The way it is filmed and the way the action is being shown, it is reminiscent of 300 and to some extent Game of Thrones as well, mainly for the characters, the way they are being shown. In my view, this is a definite improvement on what the original MAULA JATT was like. It seems quite polished, it seems very high budget, and it seems to be paying attention to the right parts of the story. So if this is as successful as the original MAULA JATT and it spawns a lot of copies, I think contrary to how the original MAULA JATT almost decimated the industries, this might be the dawn of a new era for the films where the technical quality is very, very good, and you can see that in the trailer. The music plays its part. It seems apt for what they're trying to show, these larger than life characters and how they clash with each other. So I found this trailer to be quite good. I think the technical quality was quite good. Although if you're not familiar with the original MAULA JATT and its story, you might think there isn't a lot in this trailer, but there are definite hints which tell you that this is a retelling of the story, but from a very different kind of approach. The one thing that still remains the same is the way the dialogues are being said. So you see that in the beginning, how it starts, the narrator, the way he's saying the dialogues. I'm not a big fan of that. I think in the Punjabi film industry as well, on the Indian side of it, there were two leading stars. So Yograj Singh, which is Yuvraj Singh's father, and Gugu Gill, who basically embraced this style of saying the dialogues, which is very halting, and there are a lot of pauses, and it's just stretching that one line that they have to say a bit too much.
ਓਏ ਜੇ ਨਾ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਪ ਚੜ ਜਾਣਾ ਏ ਸੱਜਣਾ.
So for me, that was the only reminder of what the original one was like and how a lot of its copies were like. But other than that, the whole treatment seems to be new. The whole treatment seems to be much more polished and much better. If I do end up watching it, it will be for the visual extravaganza that this seems to be. I still don't expect the story to be a great story. I think it's a fairly standard, simple story, but it's the treatment which will make it special. Let me know what you thought of the trailer. Write it down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give me your suggestions for any other videos that you want me to react to. Until next time, bye-bye.